Hey guys, welcome to Make It or Break It, a show we came up with because we found this stack of commemorative plates in an old closet.
That's right, Joe, and how commemorative they are. What we're gonna do today is talk about Star Wars. Every positive thing gets a point, but every negative thing gets a point. If the light side wins out, then the Star Wars plate makes it to our delightful China hutch. But if the dark side wins and the negatives outweigh the positive, then we break it safely in a controlled environment. Don't try this at home.
Enjoy the show. There's a lot of cool aliens in Star Wars, and I like them.
I mean, obviously my new favorite creature is a porg. They're so cute, and they look like they can bite like everything.
I do love Ewoks.
I do.
They're fluffy and adorable, and I can't help it.
I love the Rancor, and I love it because there's the guard who loves him at the end, like when he gets killed by the gate, and then like the one guard goes over and is like all really upset. You don't get that with movie aliens, that they're just monsters.
People rag on Jar Jar too much. They just do. He's fine.
I like the Jizz Whalers, not the least of which for the fact that they're called Jizz Whalers. The Cantina Band, the musical genre is known as jizz, and they are known to wail on it.
Was it a thing where, like, people knew what jizz meant, and George Lucas named it jizz, and like somebody was going to tell him, and someone at Lucasfilm was like, let him do it.
Like, you can't beat Akbar.
It's a trap!
I love Chewie. That's what he sounds like to me.
Jabba the Hutt was a fat pimp. You get a blob who really can't move nowhere, but can get people to do his bidding because they scared of him. Do you understand how much you got to be a gangster for that?
My ideal creature would be if you could put a porg hoodie on BB-8.
My first thought on the Jedi Order is that they're not supposed to be wearing brown and tan robes. That was just a robe that Obi-Wan Kenobi wore on Tatooine.
Hello there.
And if that's their uniform, there is a dude in the background of Jabba's palace wearing Jedi robes.
It's literally a cult with really cool swords.
The knights get to do all the fun stuff. They get to have the lightsabers, they get to go fight, and everyone else is just constantly in meetings. So it's like this weird religion of just middle management.
I think the prequels really drove home that the Jedi are creepy, out-of-touch sociopaths.
And they kidnap children at a young age, and they take them away from their parents, and they indoctrinate you into a certain way of thinking.
Can't think about sex, can't think about women, can't think about love, can't think about anything, and it's gonna come out in a real weird way.
What it really is a cautionary tale for what happens when people don't bone. Oh, and their lightsabers are so like phallic, and oh man, so it's just a penis metaphor.
Hey, keep your force in your pants, cowboy.
CGI Yoda, like all things prequel, took something cool originally and made it worse. He was an adorable puppet, and the whole point was that he was this kind of aged, withered thing that still had this great mental power. But no, in the prequels, he's just really fast.
Yoda's fight with Count Dooku, it's interesting because he is so small that you did have to wonder, like, did he, is he constantly levitating himself? Does he have a cherry picker? Was he riding in on a horse? And so I guess it makes sense that when you're that small, you kind of David and Goliath it.
But I want to see practical Yoda running around here, little green feet and everything.
No.
I love the Battle of Hoth.
The thing I love about the Battle of Hoth is it's not in space.
It's like the first time you really see the Alliance and like what it actually looks like in action.
You've got all that great snow flying around, and
they're manning these really cool sentry guns and running around in actual like trenches that they've dug in front of their base.
Man, love AT-ATs.
What's cool about the Battle of Hoth is it cements how awesome Wedge is. These snow speeders tangling up the AT-AT. Wedge was the only one that could do it.
And you see this big walker go down on all fours, looking like a metal camel, just drop it. It was the greatest thing ever for me as a kid.
Everything else was like two dudes fighting in a corridor, or just like a bunch of planes zapping a bunch of planes and killing all of Luke's childhood friends.
I used to dress up as Leia for every Halloween. It's interesting because when I was a kid, I didn't even realize or recognize that she was a damsel in distress. I wasn't questioning, is she somebody who's strong enough? Does she need help? But then she didn't. And that was even cooler.
That is always the thing, like the princess who needs to be rescued.
And it turns out that they can rescue themselves.
Those boys botched that rescue bad. And here comes Leia. She's like, get out of my way. You guys have effed this up. So I think she literally says, someone's got to save us, kids. She shoots the little thing and to the garbage chute and just jumps in. And from then on, you kind of have to follow Leia's plan.
I wish we had more characters like Leia.
Going from rebel leader Leia to General Leia is just a straight line. It is really satisfying watching her walk around looking like a bangable Patton. Don't put that in. Don't put in me calling her a bangable Patton.
I don't like sand.
It's kind of coarse.
It's rough.
And it gets everywhere.
I'm a huge Hayden Christensen fan, so it's a one band fan club.
People give Hayden Christensen a bad time because that sand stuff. Here's the thing. I went to the beach last week. This morning I still had sand in my butt.
There is no actor on the face of the earth. Daniel Day-Lewis could not make that line sound good. I hate sand. Gets everywhere. This is very similar to my Sean Connery. I can't do Daniel Day-Lewis.
George is not the best writer.
I know this is gonna work with the dialogue because I've been saying this in my head for 15 years through film school.
Everything George Lucas writes sounds like a robot. It's like if Siri were a filmmaker, I'm pretty sure that's what she would think a human being would say in that moment.
He's literally just describing the physical properties of sand.
I don't know what he's trying to get across. You know what? Maybe George was doing this on purpose. Maybe Anakin is just a really, really bad pickup artist.
Are you an angel? What?
No, George Lucas never should write anything. It's like all of his writing talent got stuck in his goiter and it can't get out. It's like, ah!
I think my favorite lightsaber battle has to be the one in Empire. It's not flashy, but it's tense and it's emotional and someone loses a hand.
That is the lightsaber battle. I mean, I'd be remiss to pick any other as my favorite.
Favorite lightsaber battle is the final one in Jedi between Luke and Vader. Specifically the moment where Vader's just like, oh wait, you've got a sister? I'm gonna turn her to the dark side. And Luke just like loses his f***ing mind.
I like the really lame lightsaber battle in A New Hope between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. Just because I think that that's realistically how you would fight. You'd be really ginger with it. You wouldn't want to be swinging that around all the time, cutting off your own ear or your own leg before you even start the fight.
I love when my boy Hayden gets his legs chopped off, and then he melts away. Go, Obi.
In terms of just as an action scene, I think the Darth Maul one with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan and Darth Maul, they introduced this cool character who's got this cool weapon.
Darth Maul was, I mean, talk about badass. Full knows how to work a saber.
It is so fast, it is so intense. Not just the best lightsaber fight, it's one of the best just like sword fights in a movie.
I mean, Darth Maul's neat, but he's just flips. You're just flips.
Who said that fight was all flash? I'll kick their ass right now.
That place is strong with the dark side of the Force. And you must go.
What is the deal with the cave?
Oh, Luke in the cave. Yeah, that was like the weirdest episode of American Ninja Warrior ever.
First of all, I think it's cool that like Yoda decided to move to a swamp that like had its own dark side cave. Like that really had to up the real estate value of where he was.
And then he has that whole weird sequence where he's like, oh no, I killed him, but then he's me.
Sometimes I close my eyes and I have interactions like that with my dad.
You feel like they're going to explain it at some point, and they never do. And my assumption has always been that Yoda is giving Luke that vision, like so that Luke prepares himself for the challenge ahead, which is, I'm going to be tempted to turn to the dark side.
And the cool thing about it to me is like he kind of hangs that sharp right in Return of the Jedi. Like he's walking around in a black cloak. He's just force choking Gamorreans left and right.
I think Yoda put like something in Luke's tea, and Luke was like, goes into that cave, and it's like, hello, darkness, my old friend.
My favorite thing about the new movies is, okay, hold on.
Man, I like 1/2 portion. I like that guy.
You've got Poe. Kylo Ren's pretty awesome.
I like Kylo Ren. He's a very like different villain than we've seen in Star Wars so far.
The thing Kylo Ren has that Darth Vader doesn't is a real commitment to hair care.
I like Kylo Ren because I think he does something that none of the other dark side characters do. Is they talk about how, you know, you can use your anger, use your aggression. Those are just words until you see Kylo Ren get so mad like a child. He just takes his lightsaber and starts slashing at his own ship out of anger. Whoa, this guy's unhinged. He might just snap and bar fight you.
Like, I like it when Kylo Ren is just going berserk and tearing up the place, and those two stormtroopers come around the corner, and they're like, ooh, bad time to talk to Kylo. Yoink.
He is a little too emo, though. I'm pretty sure when Kylo Ren isn't wearing those robes, he's wearing an Alkaline Trio t-shirt.
I'm going in. Cover me, Porkins.
I'm right with you, Red 3.
Oh, Porkins.
That name is never going to be justified.
It's racist to the overweight.
Okay, so Porkins was originally supposed to be a pig.
We ain't got enough for the porky face, so all we got is his helmet, okay? We sorry, but you in the movie, right?
Like, if you did the makeup and you made that actor look like a pig man, I don't think the name Porkins is offensive, because pigs are pork. That's not offensive. When you don't dress him up as a pig, so then it is just a fat man and you call him Porkins, that's very offensive, because now you're saying that this fat guy is a pig.
Well, just change his name to Perkins. You know, how hard is that?
They don't even have pork there. Like, I don't understand. Where would they have come up with the name Porkins? I'm done. That's it. I love you, Star Wars, but okay.
What a surprise, us internet nerds like Star Wars.
Who'da thunk, Joe? That means that the Star Wars plate now goes into the Hutch of Destiny, where it's destined to face another plate with the face of Darth Vader,
Hey,
but
Dan?
really the face of Luke Skywalker underneath it.
Can I put the plate on the hutch?
Joe, of course, you've earned it.
Oh, thanks,
You've
buddy.
earned it.
Just gonna, right?
May the Force be with you.
Always.